Producer Laylee Ipsa is filming as we're walking and being escorted out of this rally, so just stick with us here. Just chaotic, intense moments that played out here, and just the sense of panic that we heard, screams from people that were hearing these popping sounds, and then ultimately got down for cover. Now this area is sort of being cleared out, but this was the way in which you had Trump supporters enter this rally before they were screamed. I can tell you just hours ago, this was filled with long lines of people, people waiting to get in, people who are excited to see the former president. Right now you have people that are just confused, that are in a state of panic, that are wondering sort of what happened and what unfolded. I will also note it's an extremely hot day here in Pennsylvania. You had a number of people that felt like they were already being overheated, so much so that the seats toward the front of the rally were actually prioritized for those who felt like they needed to take a seat, or those who were elderly, or those who felt like the conditions were just getting too much for them. As we were on the air, when you saw the scene as I took you through it, you saw those chairs being toppled over. That was a sign of just how much panic there was in the moment, or people just trying to get to the ground. But for now, here is what I can tell you. We've cleared out of this area. We know that Secret Service has roped it off. This has now just become a gathering point for people that were in the rally. As I mentioned to you before, there's so many people that are inside of these rallies that oftentimes the cell phone reception isn't really great. So we see a lot of people that are out here that are on the phones, probably connecting with their loved ones and families, letting them know that they're okay, letting them know they're probably leaving this area as well. But this is the current scene right now. We've been escorted out. We were told to leave everything there for now, and we were told that we'd be able to go back inside to gather the rest of our belongings once police have cleared the area.
Rachel, first of all, we are so glad you and your team are okay. And your reporting has just been excellent throughout this entire campaign, and especially tonight as well. Tell us a little bit more about what happened in the crowd. You described this a moment earlier, but we have some new viewers likely joining our coverage. You said that after those popping sounds occurred, that it did appear that law enforcement rushed a specific area or person in the crowd.
Yes. Yeah, so it was this sort of split screen that we saw play out with. First, initially, we heard this series of popping noises. Then we heard screams from the crowd, people shouting, "Get down, get down." We were on the press ride, so we had just finished doing World News Tonight with you, but we were live on the air. And just minutes after the former president took the stage, this is when all of this happened. He had only been on the stage for a matter of minutes. So you hear these popping noises, and then after that, what we hear were screams. We all looked, turned over our shoulders. Of course, we see Secret Service agents swarm the former president. They rush and shield him, essentially, using their bodies as shields to get the former president down. Also, then, if I'm standing on the riser, it was over my right shoulder. What we saw was then Secret Service agents and law enforcement officials swarm another area that was on the riser. And there we saw, I'm not sure if it was one person, I am not sure if it was multiple persons, but what we saw was Secret Service and law enforcement agents swarm that area in particular and then escort someone out of that area. So we have no idea necessarily what exactly happened during that time. We know that there were people that were just getting down during that moment, and there were screams. Then it took several minutes. First, we saw the former president being rushed out. Obviously, what we saw was the former president. You've seen those images. He stood up, he put his fist up, and it was a sign and signal that he was okay. The crowd then cheered. And then after the former president was rushed in.
Oh, praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So, man, we see what's going on, man. You know, according to the scriptures, the Bible says, the scripture says that a house divided can't stand. And you see what's going on, man, with this rally and what just happened with Trump. So I just wanted to go to the book of Obadiah, chapter 1. And I just started chapter 1 and 11. We'll just start at 1 and 11. Matter of fact, let's just go up to start at 3. It says, the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how are they cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? So he's talking about these wicked nations, you know, and particularly the so-called, the Edomites, Esau. They say, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Out of the mount of Esau. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of them, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob shall shame cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In that day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the stranger his forces. It's talking about the Israelites. Okay, so when they was carried away from their land to this land, you know, uh, they carried away the Most High forces. He say, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem. Even thou wast one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest have entered into the gate of my people. So, let's read that again. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their afflictions in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those in his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountains, so shall the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion be deliverance, and there shall be holiness. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and they shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. See that? So, hey man, this also, the Most High, he say, you know, he tell us about everything that's going on, man. Just this house being divided, this civil war, pestilence, this MOTB, just this, all of these things he warned us about. And so we see what's happening, man. You just got, you got to pay attention. You know, stay in this truth, to stay, pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So I'll be back with the next one, Lord willing, peace.